words of hope, proclaiming the good news of Jesus Christ in the languages of the world's peoples.
In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, give me Jesus, give me Jesus, give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus.
Fourthly, love does not boast, love is not proud. Love does not boast, love is not proud. Why? Because love will produce in any person walking in love humility. Humility. Somebody will be humble enough to take the step that they know, I belong here, somebody is up there, but where I am fine. One day I can be up there, but before I get up there, I am fine where I am. Love does not think that so-and-so is better than me, and therefore it will make me feel, or somebody, I am better than all of these people. I'm successful, I'm educated, I know better, I have this, I have that. You do not walk over people. When you have love, you're not going to feel you are much better than anybody else. No. Love will bring you to a level ground. No matter success you have, no matter what you have, you are on a level ground with anybody. You are not going to feel better and bigger than anybody else. No, but love in your heart will enable you to stoop low. Instead of boasting, instead of being proud, you will stoop low. And there is a beautiful picture of Jesus portraying this great humility. You remember when you read John 13, he washed the feet of the disciples. He went to homes which were not necessarily very rich home. He touched people that were not necessarily nice looking. The lepers were not people could touch. The blind people and beggars, he associated with prostitutes. Why? Because he had love in his heart, and therefore humble, and therefore could serve the people for who they are. It will stoop low to serve. That is love. Love does not boast. In this culture, in this country, we have people who, when they know and they have something, they are bossy, they never look at you, they never touch you, they never greet you because they think they're much better than anybody else. Although the truth is, no matter how far you put yourself, you are like an aeroplane. No matter how far an aeroplane flies, how high it flies, one day it has to come down and land on the airport. You are the same. No matter how high you have gone, do know that one day you will have to come where everybody else is. Number 5, love is not selfish. Love is not selfish. Selfishness makes it very hard for anybody to share. When they have what they have, they keep it to themselves. They would rather they have it. Somebody else who doesn't have it, no matter whether they're crying or not, he does not care. But love will always share what they have, no matter how small. When you have a friend, you love that friend so much, you can share even the very minimum you have, the very small thing you have. You are going to share with each other because you know somebody's need is also like your need. Love will always share. Love will always be open with information. Today, when people know things, they want to keep it to themselves. And yet they do not know that sharing information is multiplying information and therefore making it bigger, because it's like a big river that is filled by little streams that feed into it. Information is the same. The more you share your information, the more other people also plug in, and the information becomes better and bigger. Love will always share information. And love will always want people to get what they also have. When they have something, they would rather that some people also have it. When they know something, they would rather that some people also know it. When they walk in a direction and they know it is the right direction, they'll encourage other people to also walk the same direction. Love is not selfish. But as a result of selfishness, you can see that the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. Those who have will always be wanting more, as if by having more, you are going to be better. And yet they discover that the more they have, the more they crave for. And they will always be struggling without settling down to eat the fruit of their labor. But then when selfishness is in your life, you can never say enough. You can never say thank you. Love is not selfish. I ask God to help Ugandans to be able to share with each other. This whole world has got so much, but a very small percentage of people living on this earth own almost everything. The majority are struggling from hand to mouth, day in and day out. But if it was a possibility, people would share. And the problem is, people give only the surplus. People do not give out of what they have. When there is love, selfishness will be out, and there will be giving to each other. Number 6, love is not rude. Love is polite in behavior. Love will act towards people with courtesy. Love will enable you to handle even children and your very important men with a lot of care and give them dignity, value. Love will add value to people. There are times when we notice people who are really brash and rude and difficult, and they think by so doing people will recognize them. Fine, they will recognize you, but for the wrong reason. Love will allow you to be courteous to people, handle them with great, great care, because human beings are human beings. Circumstances they find themselves may be hard, but when you know how to handle people properly and you come alongside them and you handle them and bring them up to positions where they are better, that will call to love. Rudeness that we see in people often, when you are in the city, people do not care for each other. Even today, when you travel, people don't care for each other. People are living to themselves. People are difficult. You ask them questions, they'll never answer you. But love will help you not to be rude. Love will help you to be considerate. And how I long that God will pour this seed in us, that this country will begin to know what courtesy is. We used to be a lot better. Today things are getting worse. Today things are getting out of control. It is my earnest prayer that God will bring us back to our original love for Him. 7, love is not easily angered. Now you mark that carefully. You're not saying love cannot be angered. No, not easily angered. Meaning when there is love in your heart, you keep your cool. You are able to have the right kind of shock absorbers to keep you moving among people with circumstances that may make you irritable, that could create trouble. Because there are people, if you are a leader in particular, let me address you. If you are a leader, there are people who will always make it hard for you deliberately. They'll put stumbling block before you. But do not act in anger. Teachers, do not punish your children when you are angry, because you will over-punish them. Parents, do not punish children when you are angry. Cool down first. Let reason come into your mind, and then punish according to the offense. Love is not easily angered because love controls itself. When you have love in your heart, you are going to control your emotions. Anger will come, things will come, people will say things, people will do things, but you're not going to be so much explosive in such a way that you're going to lose your cool. No. Love will help you to balance your emotions of anger. Anger will always be in us. I even know that one day Jesus was angry with people who were doing the wrong thing in the temple. He got a whip and he drove them out. Now, he did not lose his cool, no. He said, they are doing the thing that should not supposed to be done in the temple. Get out of this house. This is not a market. This is not a forex bureau. This is a place for prayer and for worship. He wanted them to know. And when you can control yourself, you will be stable. You will be dependable. People can come to you. People can talk to you. Love is always going to be cool-headed. It's not easily angered. Number 8, Love keeps no record of wrongs. Love has no ledger where issues are written, a notebook where issues are written because somebody has wronged me here. Somebody took my things like this. Somebody said these words to me. Somebody pointed at me wrongly. And you are always noting it down. And by the time the week is over, the list is very long. The month is over. It's longer than you can manage. Love will not keep records of wrongs. No. What will love do? Love will forgive and love will forget. You will be hurt, yes. You will be offended, yes. People will come and do things deliberately, yes. But the love of God will help you to forgive people. And when you forgive people, you forget. Because when it is gone, it is gone. Some people will say, well, I forgive you, but I will not forget. That's not forgiveness. That's not out of love. Love will forgive. Love will forget. And I ask, many things have happened in this country. We had wars in the Luero Triangle. Many people lost their relatives, their parents, their children, their wives. We had war in the northern part of Uganda. Many people were injured, people were destroyed, things were destroyed, people became poor, difficulties after difficulties as a result of war. But the question is, may the Lord put his love in your heart that you are able to forgive, able to forget. What happens when you forgive? You are released. You get out of that prison that you were in. When you forgive and then you forget, you can start a new life altogether. There are some people who are caught by the past and they cannot move on because unforgiveness is being dragged like a heavy weight behind them. They can't move very far. No, when you love, you're not going to keep any record of the wrongs people have done to you, said to you. Secondly, when that love is in operation, you are able to mend relationships which are torn. You are able to mend things which have been destroyed. You are able to put back together things which completely have been in pieces. Again, lives can be destroyed. We have seen that happen over and over. In the 70s, when Amin's government fell, the whole power of revenge came to West Nile. People were killed, people were destroyed, their properties were destroyed, and then in the 80s it swung back to the center of Uganda, people's properties were destroyed, and then it came up to the north again when Museveni came to power. All this has been a movement of destruction. But let me tell you, it is so important for us to mend those broken lives and relationship and those things. Love will never keep that record wrong, it will mend. And then love, when you know, it will always accept anybody the way they are.
Brought to you by Words of Hope, Bishop Henry Luke Orombi, a retired Archbishop of the Church of Uganda.
Jesus, give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus. And when I